Good evening, guys. What is going on? It is the Black Lantern Brooklyn Vale. I know what you're thinking. Brooklyn, I think your clock's a little ahead here. It's Thursday night. I'm sure it's going on Friday nights. Well, this week we are going a day early, as tomorrow I am away for work. So we decided to throw on the Skype, gather the usual suspects, and talk movies, pop culture, and whatnot. So late night take three episode. I believe we're on number 40. It's good to see that we cracked that number. And let's now introduce our panel. First off, the man behind the scenes, the producer, the head honcho of Take 3 Productions, the Cobblepot commander himself, Chris Clark. Chris, how's it going, bud? Cool. All right, somebody else. Malcolm, fellow member of Take 3.
I'm doing pretty good. Just ready to talk about a whole bunch of stuff today, and even Smash Bros. So.
Yes, our theme was Smash Bros, and you can see in the screen that way. So that'd be all of our favorite characters, our mains, I guess, as you would call them. And joining us as well today, making his return, I believe, the Cosmic Night Fury himself, Nico. Nico, how's it going, bud?
Happy Thursday, everybody. We're here to talk some Smash.
Yes, we are here to talk some Smash. Making his debut to Late Night with Take 3, he is the Purger, the Phoenix, the man with many nicknames, Brian Fernandez. Brian, how are you doing, bud?
I'm doing excellent tonight. Cannot wait to talk a lot of stuff with you guys, and yeah, let's get this on the road, man.
All right, and finally, are we able to?
Yes, I got you. Yep,
he's here. All right, the Cobblepot commander himself, the winner of the Late Night with Take 3 Mid-Round Speed Innovation Champion of the World, and then vacated the title 2 seconds later. The Cobblepot commander himself, Chris Clark. Chris, how are you doing, bud?
I vacated the title because I didn't think I would be available this week, but you pushed it a day early, so I'm here. I'm fighting for my belt again. It'll be fun. It'll be really hilarious. I don't care, but you know what, guys? It's going to be a fun, entertaining night. Lax. Smash Bros. We're going to have a huge emphasis on the channel soon because of the upcoming game, so it's going to be all fun in games. So let's rock this sucker.
All right. So normally in this section we have like some sort of like Collider, WWMG, jukebox kind of stuff, but I wanted to start today with the sort of the tragic news. The Queen of Soul herself, Aretha Franklin, passed away today at the age of 76. Pancreatic cancer, I believe, was the cause. And she left a hell of a footnote on music. I kind of like the pioneer woman of soul. It's hard to mention like the 60s and not talk about her at all. So I want to go around the table here. Malcolm, I know you're a big music guy. What are your thoughts on Aretha Franklin, and what are some of her favorite songs?
I mean, when I heard that she passed away, I had to quickly double check a few sources just to make sure I wasn't imagining things, because I couldn't believe it. But after checking, I posted on my own Facebook, and then so it's just a bit of a shock. But I mean, in saying that, like it's not like she died at 30, or if she was really young. She died. She was around like pretty old, and like cancer's not something that you can easily overcome all the time. So, and for me, like one of my biggest favorite songs is probably her cover of "Respect." She did it's really good. Like, and it was one of those ones like the way she sung it, you would not have thought it was originally a guy that sung it in the first place.
Yeah, Otis Redding, the original man who performed that song. I want to go to Chris next. Chris, you're a big music man of or a big fan of the 70s and the 60s. What kind of impression did Aretha leave on you?
Aretha had the voice. She was super. She had the charisma. She pretty much paved the way, not just for music, but to how to encapsulate the stage as some sort of personality. Without Aretha's personality, you don't have a lot of the rock stars that you have. Mick Jagger, his stage presence came from the fact that he saw Aretha Franklin. He saw these people in Motown that could really eat up the stage like no other, and she's an inspiration to be proud. You have respect. You have her appearance in the Blues Brothers, which is amazing. I think she's in the sequel. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but she's probably the best thing about the sequel. I've never seen it, but she is a force to be reckoned with. Her, Dionne Warwick, these people are legends, and we just have to cherish everybody that we have that's still here. So it's sad that we lost Aretha. You have Respect, you have Natural Woman, you have I Say a Little Prayer, which Dionne Warwick also
Yes.
did, which is a beautiful, beautiful rendition. She actually recorded that because her and Dionne were in like a bit of a rift at that point in time, and she was like, she wanted to one up her, so she had Dionne's backing, I think sister or something, back her up for it. But you know what? It's still one of the seminal pieces that she's ever done. So Aretha's going to be missed.
Yeah, you make me feel like a Natural Woman. It just gives me chills, like how they're able to create such tempo, and like how they're able to kind of push it, but then bring it right back down, and it's that soul. And for me as well, I actually just discovered this about a couple months ago. I don't know if it's Aretha did a cover of the band, or the band did a cover of Aretha, but the Weight, Take a Load Off Annie, they released the songs within a year, and I'm not sure who covered who, but if you check out her rendition of the song, it is great, and she really provokes that soul that she's really known for. Brian, I know you're a big fan of the later music, but what are your thoughts on Aretha, and what kind of impact did you leave on you?
It's actually funny because, you know, I didn't even know that she had passed away like before, you know, until like, you know, we had gone on and all the stuff, and I was just so shocked because, you know, I love Respect. You know, it's the one song that, you know, that my parents would always listen to all the time, and if it comes on the radio, there's no way I'm not gonna I'm not gonna change the station. I'm gonna listen to that song all the time. As far, you know, I don't really listen to a lot of her music, so I can't really say like, you know, I was a big fan of her, but, you know, I did like a lot of her music. So, you know, she sang beautifully, and she will be really, really missed, honestly.
Nico, any final thoughts to add on Aretha Franklin?
So, you guys know I'm not the most knowledgeable person when it comes to music. Having said that, Respect and Natural Woman, great songs. But I feel, if I'm remembering correctly, my first introduction to who Aretha Franklin was, not her music, but who she was when she sang at President Obama's inauguration. That was a big moment for civil rights. So she had been very active during her time in the civil rights movement, and to be there for the inauguration of the first black president of these United States, it was like coming full circle from the struggles of the past to now. And strangely enough, after that, I believe she was on a season of The Celebrity Apprentice, which was hosted at the time by the current president of the United States. So yeah, that's interesting right there. But you know, she is someone that I have a feeling my parents listened to very much, a lot, and she will definitely be missed.
Yeah. Something or another. It's kind of a tragic week. I had Nico come on here, big wrestling fan, so I wanted to talk about the passing of the second. Well, there's now there's only one member left of the Hart Foundation, but that is due to the unfortunate passing of the Anvil Jim Neidhart, of course, brother-in-law to the Hart family, and father of now WWE wrestler Natalya. So I want to go to Nico and Malcom right quick. Nico, obviously a subject that you're a little more passionate about. Your thoughts on the passing, and what does this mean for wrestling, and like what influences did he leave?
So the Hart family as a whole represents the highest of highs and the lowest of lows that the business of wrestling has to offer. Just about every single member has reached some sort of tremendous success at the main event level, and then it's just suddenly come to this tragic crash. Sometimes mostly figuratively. And in this case, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, one thing's for sure, Natalya will carry on his legacy for the longest time, as well as set her own legacy, which she arguably already has done as one of the SmackDown Women's Champions. But Jim himself, he was, if you watch Total Divas, which I won't blame you if you haven't watched it, but I think the last season he was on, he was trying to get in the best shape possible so he could be inducted into the next season of the Hall of Fame. And from what I understand, the WWE didn't actually want to invite him for that year's wing of the Hall of Fame, which is even more tragic because it still shows that there might still be some beef between the McMahons and the Harts. I hope not. I might just be reading into things too much, but this is someone who's trying to get back on track after having kind of some lows. And unfortunately, it didn't come to be. And on a personal note, I believe the way he died was he suffered a seizure and hit his head off a wall. That there was, I think there was bleeding in the brain. I'm not entirely sure, but that's how we discovered that my dad actually had brain cancer. Was he fell, hit his head off a wall, and then he got a CT scan, and we found out that he had a tumor. So, in a way, I can relate to what Natalya is going through. Granted, hers was a little more sudden than my situation, but him being gone and Brett being the only member of the Hart family left, at least of the 80s and 90s, it does leave a hole that will be very hard to fill.
For sure. Malcolm, anything to add about the passing of Jim Neidhart?
I mean, this was another one that when I heard it, it was just really shocking, and I didn't really know because for those that know me, I like playing WWE 2K18, and Jim is actually WWE champion in the game at the moment. So, I mean, to hear that is like, it's just shocking. So, I mean, it's just, I don't really have much more to add than what Nico's already said.
All right. So enough with the fortunate tragic news. Let's get into some fun stuff here. Before I actually get into movie news, I wanted to do kind of like a game that I was introduced on Tuesday by a friend of mine that I'm trying to get into the trivia community, because boy does he know about movies. So the game that I have for everybody here, it's kind of works like this. So I will start off and I will name up, and then we'll go clockwise the way I see it on my screen. So we'll start with myself, then Nico, then Brian, then Malcolm, and then Chris. So what'll happen is I will name a movie. Nico will then have to name an actor or an actress that is in that movie. Then Brian will have to name a movie that actor or actress is in, and then they'll just go on. So then Malcolm will name an actress in that movie. Chris will go on, so on and so forth. If you are unable to do so, you will be eliminated, and we'll continue on until we're down to one person. The catch is, say we're like at least a round in, and I go to Nico and I give him a movie. He has the ability to call shenanigans. So say if I give him a movie and he can't name an actor, but he also thinks that I can't name an actor, he can call shenanigans, and then I have to name an actor and actress. If I can't name that, then I am eliminated. So, but if I am able to name one, then Nico is the person who calls shenanigans is eliminated. So we'll do kind of like a warm up round to see how this goes, and then we'll do a for real game, and we'll just see how this goes. I think it was pretty fun, and we did this for about at least 2 hours last time. It was pretty fun. So I'll start with Nico, and then Nico will go to Brian. Oh,
Star Drew, yeah, play along in the chat. That's what he asked.
Yeah. Chat can definitely play along too. Like if you guys want to even have your own game, that would be super fun. So it'll go myself, and then Nico, and then Brian, and then Malcolm, and then Chris. So Nico, the movie that I will give you is Anchorman.
Will Ferrell.
Okay.
So then I have to name a movie that Will Ferrell was in.
Yes.
The Other Guys.
Okay.
Mark Wahlberg.
All right, Chris.
What movie was Mark Wahlberg in? Oh my god.
There's two. Actually, yeah, there's a lot of big ones.
Oh,
Oh, come on.
The Bourne
I want to
Identity.
think.
No, that's Matt Damon.
Oh.
So right out of the gate, Chris Clark is eliminated. In his place, a wild Abe Flores appears. So, Abe, the very difficult question that we have for you: name a movie that Mark Wahlberg starred in.
Deepwater Horizon.
Ooh, Chris Pine.
No.
I have
Wahlberg
one. I have
wasn't
one
it.
now. I'm an idiot. I know which one. Fuck.
Was Chris Pine in Deepwater Horizon?
No, he wasn't.
No. Okay.
I'm just
Alright.
going to fact check that because I'm pretty sure Mark Wahlberg was in that.
Was Deepwater Horizon? I'm 95% sure he's in Deepwater Horizon.
Yeah, he's the protagonist. He's Peter Berg, the director.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure you're right. Yep, he was in it.
Okay. And Chris Pine wasn't?
Oh, I didn't check Chris Pine.
Okay, so I am out and Chris is out.
This is bullshit.
All right, Abe. Ask. Okay, so yeah, I guess it's up to Nico now. Has to name another actor from Deepwater Horizon.
Oh God. I'm gonna call Shenanigans.
You want me to say actors? Kurt Russell, John Malkovich, Gina Rodriguez.
So Nico is out because his Shenanigans was unsuccessful. So now, okay, so Abe, just pick one actor.
Abe.
Can he be a dick?
What was that?
Can he be a dick?
He's asking, can he be a real dick?
Sure.
I thought he said, "Could it be a dick?" And I'm like, "Did a penis actually?"
Who's on? Malcolm and Clark and Brian.
It goes to Brian next.
Okay, so it wouldn't be that bad. Ricardo Montalban.
All right, so Brian, you have to name a movie that stars that actor.
He's not in the movie. He's not in the movie.
No, he gave you an actor this time.
Oh.
Movie
Oh.
Did you hear the name he said?
I think he cut
No,
out.
I did not. Yeah, he cut out for me.
Was it? Did he say Ricardo Montalban?
I said Ricardo Montalban.
Oh. What's the name? What's the name of the movie? Princess Diaries?
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, is that the guy? Okay, I'm pretty sure I know who you're talking about now.
You should have called Shenanigans.
So does it go to me next, or?
I just want to see if he's in the.
I don't think he's in Princess Diaries.
But it's the same guy. It's the guy who I'm thinking of. He's in a very popular science fiction franchise.
Yeah.
For the record, I can see why Clark gives Abe shit because he's been here 3 minutes and already he's screwed up everything we had going on.
Yeah, man. Welcome to late night. Welcome to late night with Take 3, everybody.
Okay, I don't think that he was in. I don't think he was in Princess Diaries.
in.
All right, so all right, Malcolm, you need to name a movie starring Ricardo Montalban.
Star Trek 2: The Wrath of Khan.
Yes. All right, so now we go to no. So Chris is out. I'm out. Nico's out. Now it goes back to
Abe.
Abe. Yeah.
It's Abe and Malcolm's name.
Abe and Malcolm now.
I mean, William Shatner.
You better say the film that you need to say for William Shatner.
Star Trek the motion picture.
Free Enterprise, but okay.
I was gonna say Over the Hedge.
And it goes back to me?
Yeah.
Starring Nemo. And we're done.
Leonard Nimoy was in Star Trek Into Darkness.
You know, Benedict Cumberbatch.
This is
Doctor Strange.
Michael Stuhlbarg.
Call Me By Your Name.
Armie Hammer.
The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Yeah. Henry Cavill.
Man of Steel.
Christopher Maloney.
Shenanigans.
What? Christopher Maloney? He's the commander.
No, but he saved that you can't name another actor from Man of Steel. Actor or actress.
Oh. Amy Adams. Lawrence
Abe won.
Fishburne.
Abe won.
Can we do another round of this, please?
Oh,
This was
absolutely,
a test
yeah.
round because
That was a
look,
test round.
I blanked on Mark Wahlberg. You guys are idiots.
All right. So, Abe, since you won, you will get to go first, and the order will be Abe, then myself, then Nico, Brian, Malcolm, and then Chris.
I get to
Okay,
go
start
last,
with
which
an
means I'm
actor,
gonna
right?
win.
So you have to name a movie or an actor.
Okay, a movie. Let's go on with that. Indecent Proposal.
Yeesh.
Decent
What
proposal.
the fuck?
Meryl Streep.
No.
Is Meryl Streep? I've never even heard of the movie.
It's not called
It's
Shenanigans. He has no
Uh-oh.
idea.
Demi Moore, Woody Harrelson, and Robert Redford.
Okay.
Yeah, so is Brooklyn already out?
I'm already out. So Nico, you have to name an actor or actress that was in Indecent Proposal.
I already told you. Well,
Everyone
maybe.
listening, Abe's already said.
You just named a bunch of them.
All right. So then pick one of the pick one of them for Brian.
What did he say? Did you say Kurt Russell?
No.
Oh my god, is he gonna
All
switch
right.
with the-
So, Brian, name one of the actors and actresses, and then I'll go to Malcolm.
I didn't really hear what he had said because he.
Then name an actor or actress from Indecent Proposal.
I don't know any fucking actors or actresses from that movie.
All right.
Jesus.
So Brian is out. Malcolm, just name one of the actors or actresses.
Demi Moore.
All right. So Chris, name
Jesus
a movie starring Demi Moore.
Who the fuck? What the fuck is Demi Moore? Oh my god, this round is bullshit.
Time out. Can I just Abe should not start the next round?
No, Abe will not start the next round.
Demi Moore. Was she in Showgirls?
No. I don't think she was Showgirls.
She was in a movie that. No, she wasn't.
Ooh, that's
No,
she was.
she wasn't.
All right, so it goes back to Malcolm. Name a movie starring Demi Moore.
Is Abe still in this?
Yes.
No, but I mean, it's or no, I guess it's.
It's
Oh,
just
yeah,
you
okay,
two.
so yeah,
it's
Abe.
just
Yeah,
you
so
two
it's Abe.
because we are idiots.
Okay. Okay, Ghost.
Patrick Swayze.
Goes back to me.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's you two.
Point Break.
Keanu Reeves.
Let's go with a good one. No.
Come on.
Five.
John Wick.
Lawrence Fishburne.
No, that's wrong. Lawrence Fishburne is in the second one, not in the first one.
I will
Abe
check
won
it.
again. Abe won again. That's true. All right. Let's
Okay.
do one more round and not have Abe start.
Nico is going to start. Nico's going to start. We're going to go in reverse order. So Nico is going to go to me, and then I will go to Abe. Abe will go to Chris. Chris will go to Malcolm. Malcolm will go to Brian, and then Brian will go right back to Nico. So Nico, give me an actor, actress, or a movie.
Adrian Palicki.
The fuck?
We need to make these a little easier so the game's
Yeah,
fun
can
to
we,
watch.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage.
All right. Gone in 60 seconds.
And goes to
Yeah, you have to name an actor or an actress that was in Gone in 60 seconds.
damn it! I never seen that movie.
Yay, he's finally out.
Wait. Denzel Washington?
Wait, is he looking stuff up?
No, I'm not. Is he in that? Is he in that movie?
Denzel's not.
Denzel's
No.
lost. All right. So, Chris, name an actor or an actress from Gone in 60 seconds.
I think Chris got possessed by the devil there.
I can only imagine what it's saying in the chat room right now.
I have no idea.
I don't want to look at the chat.
You can call shenanigans if you want, Chris.
You know what? I want to call it, but
Call it.
I don't
Call
remember if she's in it or not. I think it's Angelina Jolie. I think she might be in it.
Angelina Jolie is in Gone in 60 seconds.
Oh wow, I got it.
Yeah. All right. So now we go to Malcolm and name a movie starring Angelina Jolie.
Tomb Raider: The Cradle of Life.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Like the sequel?
The sequel, yeah.
Oh shit!
It's back to me now, right?
No, it's Brian, and then it'll be you.
Call it. Call it. Call it.
I'm trying to remember who it was. I don't remember an actor. Can I say the same name, Angelina Jolie?
No, you can't.
Fuck.
All right. 5.
Shenanigans.
I can't remember if her father was in the sequel, but I'm going to say John Voight.
Well, let's double check here. I'm pretty sure he is, but
I think he is not.
He's not. He's not in it.
Doesn't he die in the first one?
Yeah, because I know he died.
He was dead in the first one. He never came back for the sequel. That's what I remember.
So I think Brian won the shenanigans.
Brian did win the shenanigans. So now, let's just reset. So it'll be back to. So Brian, you can give a movie to Nico.
Freddy versus Jason.
Jamie Lee Curtis?
That's bullshit. Jamie Lee Curtis is not in it.
No, and the Halloween franchise. I think his last name is England. Johnny England.
No. You're right about the last name.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what the first name was.
Robert England.
It's Robert England. Okay. Chris Clark.
Well, you got it wrong. I was gonna say Robert England. Fuck.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's kind of still.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay. What is the question again? What is the movie?
Freddy versus Jason.
Freddy, Jason. You can't have any of that without
Just
No, it's Jared the Subway guy. I have no clue.
Oh,
That's a horror film in its own right.
A dollar foot long.
my second guess is Christmas Lover is in that one, right or no?
Nah.
No. All right. That's enough of that. So we have Brian.
No, we need one more round. We need
one more round. This has been terrible so far.
One more round. All right. So we're gonna.
Awful.
Okay. I am gonna switch up the order here a little bit. I am gonna swap out Abe with Brian in the order. So, and I'm gonna get Chris to start.
Toy Story 3.
And it's going to go to Malcolm, and then it'll go to Abe, and then Nico, and then myself, and then Brian.
So it's Abe next, is it, or is it me?
No, Malcolm. No, you are next. You are next. And then
next. I'm pretty sure Michael Keaton played Ken in that movie.
He did.
He did.
I go, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Michael Keaton. Let's go with Spotlight.
Pretty movie.
Mark Ruffalo.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. So it goes to Brian.
I've never seen the movie. Never seen the movie.
All right. Do you have a guess at all? Or?
I'll say Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey was the main star.
Yes! Holy fuck!
All right. So,
I pulled the name out of my asshole.
So Chris, name a movie starring Jim Carrey.
Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Courtney Cox.
Then I go.
Yeah.
Damn, who's in that movie?
I got
The Miami Dolphin.
I have no idea what he just said.
What did you say, Abe?
Oh, sorry, I was thinking
I
about.
think he said the Miami Dolphin.
I was trying to come. No, I don't remember a Courtney Cox one.
All right, so it's now on Nico. Nico, name a Courtney Cox movie.
Courtney Cox. Oh my.
She's one of the best things ever.
I have no idea who Courtney Cox is.
She's Friends.
What movies is she in?
5, 4, 3.
I legit don't know what movie she's in.
Or just call Shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
I'm pretty sure she played Adam Sandler's wife in The Longest Yard.
I'm pretty sure she did as well.
Fuck, he might be right. Because I'm remembering that the opening scene.
It was brief.
Yes, she is uncredited, but she was in The Longest Yard.
Wow, that was
all right. Cool. So Shenanigans is successful. So it now goes to Malcolm pitches a movie, or no, Malcolm pitches an actor or an actress to me.
So just any actor and actress.
Any actor or actress.
I'm gonna go easy. Mark Hamill.
All right. We will go with Star Wars Episode 8: The Last Jedi. Goes to Brian.
I will say Harrison Ford.
It's incorrect.
He's dead. He's not.
He's dead.
I know.
All right, Chris, name an actor or actress from Star Wars Episode 8: The Last Jedi.
Carrie Fisher, but damn it, dude.
All right, so we are now on Malcolm. I think it's just Malcolm, Chris, and I.
Yeah.
I lucked out with that.
I'm
I
just
know
gonna go for Star Wars: A New Hope.
Okay. I will go with I'll go with Harrison Ford.
I will go Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
I'll go Sean Connery.
I will go The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
I will go Robbie Coltrane.
I'll go Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
I'll go with Daniel Radcliffe.
I will go with Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
I'll go with Toby Jones, who played Dobby.
I will go with Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
I will go with Chris Evans.
I'll go with Fantastic Four.
I'll go with Michael Chiklis.
What was that fat, awesome guy in? Because he's in a lot of TV. He's not in a lot of. Oh wait, Fantastic Four 2: The Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
This time I know for sure Lawrence Fishburne voiced the Silver Surfer.
Did he?
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
Doug Jones was the motion capture.
Okay. I will say Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Who plays Ant-Man? And I forget his name. This might be it, guys. Who plays Ant-Man? Oh wait,
He's in a movie that we've already mentioned.
I know, but I'm trying to figure out his name. Because it's on the tip of my tongue. But I'm gonna say that somebody made a cameo.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Wait, did Lawrence Fishburne actually appear in that too? I don't know.
Yeah, he's Bill Foster.
Yeah, then I said Lawrence Fishburne.
No, but I already said Lawrence Fishburne. Because Malcolm gave Lawrence Fishburne, and then I said Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh, okay. Then I'm out. Yeah. What was
right.
Ant-Man? What's Ant-Man? Okay. You
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd. That's it.
All right, Malcolm, name somebody else from.
Evangeline Lilly.
Okay. The Hobbit and An Unexpected Journey.
I don't think she was in that. I think
she's in the second one. She's in
Malcolm
the Desolation.
That was a good round.
Yeah.
I knew she was in
those movies.
One more time.
No more.
Do
we can keep going.
No.
The chat is liking this, actually.
The chat. Okay, we'll do one more, and then we have to get into movie news. All right, we'll do one more, and Malcolm, you will start, and you will go to Abe.
This might be the regular section at the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with King Kong, 1933.
Oh my God!
I'm going to cover up the person so you can't see.
That's kind of a fuck you. Let's go a little bit.
Go for me next. Go to me next. Please go to me next.
Yeah, you're gonna name an actor, and nobody's gonna name a movie with an actor.
I could.
Malcolm, let's start off. Let's go a little bit easier.
Yeah.
You guys are shit.
King Kong 2005.
Black.
All right, so then it goes to Nico.
Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny.
All right, I will go with Meatloaf. Goes to Brian. Okay,
good. Because I know.
Wait, does that imply that Meatloaf was in other movies?
He's in a lot of
other movies. He's in my number 2 favorite movie of all time.
Yeah. Did you know that he plays? I'm not gonna say it yet.
Yeah, Brian. Name a movie starring Meatloaf.
Because I'm gonna go next.
Oh, by the way, your Meatloaf Iron Man request is denied because obviously I don't know shit about Meatloaf.
You're gonna be destroyed. You're gonna be destroyed.
I've never seen it. I've always heard of it every single time. Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I don't think.
Yes, he was.
What are you talking about? He that was his debut. That was his cameo as Eddie. Yeah, he's in Rocky Horror.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
But I've never seen it, so.
Wow.
It's you, Chris.
That's Tim Curry.
All right, so it goes back to Malcolm.
the Wild Thornberrys movie.
What the fuck?
Wow.
That's another. That's another fuck you right there.
Movie. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, but those are all character actors besides him.
Yeah.
The Wild Thumber. Is that the name of the movie?
Pretty sure I have one. It is a movie.
Yeah, I know it's a movie. I watch in theaters. It ends with the elephants walking. I have no idea.
All right, Nico.
Wild Thornberrys movie.
Keep in mind, shenanigans is an option.
I would have caught shenanigans on that.
I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and say Tara Strong.
That was my guess as well. I think that she is in it.
What's her name?
Tara
Tara
Strong.
Strong?
She's
No.
she's a like one of the biggest voice actors ever.
No, I think nope. Well, she doesn't appear in the first page of IMDb, so no, I don't think so.
Yeah, she's in a lot of animated stuff.
Nope. Oh wait, yeah, she's in it. She's in it.
Holy shit! I Makugan my way to get this.
Well, yeah,
one.
yeah, she is. I
She's
told you it was-
credited. She's credited as schoolgirl.
All right, so then it goes to
Wait. You just looked at a bunch of movies that she's in. So
Oh no, but I'm not playing.
I was gonna name one. I was gonna name one regardless because I had Tara Strong and then I had a movie to go off of this.
okay.
Teen Titans Go to the Movies. So then it goes to Brian.
Oh shit! I should have a good one for
This
this.
is good. This is good because you can get into a lot of territory here.
And if you follow
Shenanigans.
movie news,
Oh, Shenanigans? Nicolas Cage.
He's in the movie. Yeah.
He played Superman.
he voices Superman.
Okay, I have not. Dude,
All right, so now I give another movie to Chris, and I will give Fight Club to Chris.
Ah, that's easy.
Well, I mean, I don't. I could say Meatloaf again technically, but
You can't. You no. We already mentioned Meatloaf.
well, it wasn't consecutive. But I'm gonna say Brad Pitt. This is easy.
Okay.
7.
So then it goes to Malcolm.
Would you say
You said
Mal-
7.
Malcolm said 7.
7.
And then to Abe.
Yep.
What name did he say? No, I'm out. I'm out.
He gave the movie. He gave the movie 7.
Wait, is Abe out?
Abe's out. He couldn't.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so then
Nico.
Nico's out.
But I
and then-
can't name you the cast of 7.
So it would be Brooklyn. That's 7.
Yeah, so it's okay. So Kevin Spacey.
Oh, we don't go there.
Oh shit.
Wait,
Uh,
who's gonna name something?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, Nico got Tara Strong, so it was him that went next anyway.
I'm confused. What?
I thought
Yeah.
Nico was out because he called shenanigans on me.
No, Brian called shenanigans.
Oh, okay. So okay. Sorry. Very sorry. So it is. So I got that mixed up. So it is actually Nico has to name name
Kevin
an actor.
Kevin Spacey. Or is
So is it okay?
No, I have to name someone from the movie 7, don't I?
Yeah.
you just
Okay,
take it.
Morgan Freeman.
Okay. So I will then go with Bruce Almighty. And then goes to Chris.
Jim Carrey.
Okay.
The Mask.
I was afraid you'd say that.
You know, Malcolm is an asshole to me. That's the thing.
5, 4.
Christopher Walken.
No.
No.
Is he in it?
Motherfucker.
I don't know.
No. I think you're thinking of the gangster. That isn't him. I will go with Cameron Diaz.
That bitch.
Is it me next?
Yeah. So it's just you. It's you, me, and Malcolm left, Chris.
Shrek 2.
Nice.
My
Mike
favorite of the
Myers.
Mike Myers, Austin Powers, and Goldmember.
Michael Caine.
Ooh, I would have said Beyonce.
Beyonce would have been cool.
The Italian Job.
Robert Redford.
He's not in that movie.
I don't think he's in that movie.
No, he's not.
No?
Depends
Okay.
on which version you're talking about.
Well, it
Well,
wasn't.
I don't-
It wasn't the theatrical version, was it?
But I
Well-
think both of them were theatrical, but yeah.
Yeah, like which Italian job are you talking about, Brooklyn?
It's the older one, isn't it?
Is that the one that you're talking about?
I would actually call Shenanigans to just do another film.
No,
So-
well, I don't think. Let me see.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, because I think
He,
Michael
no,
Caine was only
Robert
the older
Redford.
one.
Robert Redford is not on any of them.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
All right, so now we go to. So Chris has to name an actor from Italian Job.
I'm gonna. Maybe the newer one has him.
There's an
Nick Nolte.
There's a bigger one that I realized that was in the.
Did Malcolm win?
He's
I don't know. Was Nick Nolte in The Italian Job?
no, he's not. No, he's not.
I should have
No, he's
called
I-
Shenanigans.
Jason Statham is in the newer one, right?
Yeah,
Jason
Charlize
Statham.
Theron, Mark Wahlberg,
Yeah.
Donald Sutherland, the Patriot would know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maritimer. All right, guys. So that was pretty fun. A lot more rounds than I anticipated. But let's get into the movie news as I pull up the chat. As I pull up the topics that we have.
We blew a good hour on that alone.
We did. Yeah, so we'll quickly go through the movie news and then we'll get into the Smash Bros. Discussion / debate. Okay, actually, here, I'll just pull it up on my phone. Who do we got going in the chat here that's staying pretty active? Usual suspects, Stardrew, Jonathan Peck, Jay Oliveira. I'm not sure who you are, but welcome. Who else is in here? Abe Flores was here for a while, and then he hopped into the Jacksonville show. But yeah, like the usual crowd that we get. So glad to see that our chat is fairly active.
Yeah.
As we
Jonathan
sorry,
Peck
go
said
ahead.
that he hated us because we were terrible at that game. That was funny.
You know, Jonathan, I want you on. What's the name of the trivia game?
the like WWMG.
Yeah, but it's still there will be trivia.
No,
Worldwide Movie Games Trivia, something like that. 'cause
It's Worldwide
I
Movie
will-
Trivia, I think they're calling it.
Oh,
So, yeah.
okay. Because I didn't do the logo.
Oh, I did that.
All
one.
right.
Yeah.
So let's get into the news. The news topics that we have are Remy He from Crazy Rich Asians has been added to the cast of Far From Home in a mystery role. There are rumors of Hydro Man being the second villain in Far From Home. I believe that was based off of a leaked video from Tom Holland. Jimmy Wong and Doug Mua cast as Ling and Chen Pao in Mulan for the live-action version of that. Tessa Thompson in talks of voicing Lady in the live-action Lady of the Tramp movie, which will be, I guess, on Disney's exclusive streaming service. And I know that there was kind of some backlash on that, but it doesn't really make sense. The remake of Mel Gibson's movie Woman Wants, that's kind of a gender swap, What Men Want, starring Tajari P. Henson and somebody else is in that. James Wan producing a Tommyknockers movie based on the great Stephen King book, actually my dad's favorite of the Stephen King books. Goosebumps 2 international trailer was released, and it is now set in stone. James Gunn will not be hired back to direct Guardians of the Galaxy 3, but they will be using the script. And of course, guys, if there's anything that we missed, if there's anything you want us to talk about for movie news, by all means, throw it in the chat, and we'll get to it. But I'll start with Chris. What is the big movie news for you this week?
I'll go to the main thing is that being a huge comic book guy and Spider-Man fan, having Hydro Man as a villain is very strange. Hydro Man is not a villain I've always felt like was really inspired. They could have easily gone with they're doing Mysterio, that's great, but to compliment him with Hydro Man just seems really, really awkward. And this James Gunn nonsense needs to end. I'm glad that they're at least using his script and they can just move forward. I hope nothing else happens with that. Let's see. There's a lot of movie news shit. Let's see. Goosebumps 2. Oh, that trailer. I really loved the first Goosebumps. It surprised me how good of a movie that was. Jack Black has been in a lot of solid stuff people don't give him credit for, so I can't wait for that to be released. But the main thing is Hydro Man. He just seems like an odd choice. And these stupid rumors, you never know what's confirmed or not, so take it with a grain of salt.
All right, Nico, what is the big movie news that stood out for you this week?
For me, what stood out to me was Tessa Thompson as Lady and Lady of the Tramp. And you might expect me to go into some of the talk of like the backlash, but like I'm not really totally familiar. She's being yelled at, other than maybe she's just a black woman who got a job. So the internet is getting meaner by the day. All you can do is just deal with it or get off the internet entirely. It's sad that those are the only two options, but that's kind of what it's come down to. But what interests me the most about this topic is that the movie is going to be on the Disney streaming service. Like, that's a very interesting choice, but I'd say it's probably a good one. It draws attention to the streaming service. It gives them something. It gives people something to want to go to that service for. Whereas with the success they've been having with other live action films, they could have easily brought it to theaters, but this is probably the smarter play. So, yeah.
To kind of echo on the whole Tessa Thompson thing, and there is actually another point that there's a point that I'm missing here. But yeah, the Tessa Thompson one, it was actually kind of quieter. I think the reasons that people are kind of shitting on her are more ridiculous than other bigger news stories have been, and it's like I think that she's actually a great fit. She would provide like a sort of like a, I don't know, would give like the obvious voice, some life. But the one that I'm like, when I mentioned the backlash, the one that came up to me instantly, not so much movie news, but Rose Byrne, or not Rose Byrne, Ruby Rose deleting her Twitter account because of the Batgirl controversy.
Batwoman.
Batwoman controversy. Brian, what was the movie news that stood out for you this week?
Besides the James Gunn, not being in Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 3, I actually wanted to bring up that one there about Ruby Rose, with deleting her Twitter account, because I think the internet now is at the point where they already have their, they have their imaginations on who they want, to be portrayed for their characters, and they have like that specific, like, criteria of like, like this person has to be like this, like this color hair or whatever. And just because Ruby Rose gets cast as Batwoman, I was actually very surprised by that casting there, and I was like, that's a bold choice. I would love to see where she takes that character. But then everybody starts shitting on it, and it's like just a lack of disrespect everywhere. And you can also relate this to the actress who also deleted her Twitter account from Star Wars.
Kelly Marie Tran.
Yeah, Kelly Marie Tran.
And even
it's
at one point.
Yeah, but the point that I'm making is that a lot of news outlets have been talking about this. Why can't we just be freaking civil? Please, just respect what is happening, and just keep your opinions to yourself. Please, don't be lashing out like a bunch of a-holes on Twitter.
Absolutely, it's this toxic sort of fandom that has sort of taken over social media, and it's definitely been more negative than it has been positive. Malcolm, what are some other news stories for you?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think we've covered the James Gunn thing to death, but yes, for me, the two trailers, What Men Want, it looks really good. I mean, I was watching it thinking, this is one of the remakes that was just quietly just that came. So I had not known it was happening until the trailer came out. So it was just one that quietly came out of nowhere. So, and it looks really good. It's just, it does surprise me. And Taraji B. Henson is a good actress. She was a good choice for that lead. So, and the Goosebumps 2 international trailer, it looks so fun because I mean you're going to get some new characters come in that we'd never seen in the Goosebumps in the previous Goosebumps movies. Some that they showed in the trailer was the attacking gummy bears and the jack-o'-lantern from those classic books. So they both look really good.
Yeah. All right. So the question, so the kind of like the discussion question that I have for you guys is, Tessa Thompson asked me to cast as Lady for Lady and the Tramp. Who do you cast as the Tramp? I'm gonna throw out two names, and then whoever has a name to add to the kind of the kettle, throw them in. I think now, someone correct me if I'm wrong. Is this going to be a musical, or will it just be like the straight?
I don't know. I don't think it's been said what way it's going to go.
If there are some musical aspects of it, I think James Marsden would be a great choice. I think he could. I think he has some great sort of characteristics that would be great to apply to that old kind of 30s 40s style. But if there's no musical aspect of it at all, I think actually Mark Ruffalo would be pretty cool. I'd be curious to see what else he can do with live action sort of CGI performances. Anybody else? Any other names to throw in for the Tramp?
I'm actually going to throw out a bold choice here. I think Hugh Jackman could do a good.
Yeah,
that's what I was going to say.
I was actually going to say Chris Evans.
Okay, yeah.
I feel like he's just got the fun personality that captures what the Tramp is in that first movie. Like, I know there was a straight-to-DVD sequel where Tramp kind of grows up and his son kind of goes through the same sort of story he went through. But yeah, I feel like it's a fit in terms of personality.
Yeah. Actually, I think Jonathan Peck might have it here. He thinks that there's talks of Justin Theroux was being cast as the Tramp, but I'll throw it over to Brian. If you could add it, if you could dream cast, I guess, the Tramp, who would it be?
The James Marsden pick is not actually bad. Another actor that I would love to see be thrown in, probably slide under there, would probably be Eddie Redmayne.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I mean, he did do a musical movie in Les Miserables, which in my opinion I thought was a fantastic movie. And his acting in the movie was really awesome. And even that, as an actor, he can really do those roles very well. So I would love to see Eddie Redmayne be Tramp.
Yeah, that would be cool. So that does cover our movie news. There are no other stuff that you guys wanted to bring us up. So we'll get right into it, guys. The main theme of our podcast, Super Duper Smash Bros. As you guys probably heard last week, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate came out, and they revealed two characters, Simon Belmont, King K. Rool. So we thought it'd be great to kind of do a main Smash Bros. Discussion, talk about our favorite games, and this is going to be something that we're going to be doing bi-weekly, or maybe whenever big updates come out. We'll get kind of a full panel and do an in-depth discussion. But guys, I kind of want to talk about favorite characters, favorite games. For me, my top 5 characters would be Dr. Mario, Mr. Game & Watch, Rob, Luigi, and Kirby. But then my favorite game, I think, has to be Melee. Just because, in my opinion, that's where you get the best version of Kirby, and that's where I got my love for Mr. Game & Watch. But we'll go to Malcom, or no, I guess Malcom isn't really a huge Smash Bros. Fan. We'll go to Brian first, the newcomer onto the show. What are your favorite memories of Smash Bros. And what's your favorite game, characters?
The first ever Super Smash Bros. Game that I played was Brawl. That was the first one that I ever played, and I remember playing as Captain Falcon one time, and I just love Captain Falcon. So, and just I'm an on and off kind of player to this game. So, um, I know enough about it to to watch a lot of like my best friends play the game and have a lot of fun with it. But if I'm playing the game and having a lot of fun, I'm either playing as either Fox, Captain Falcon, or I'm either playing as Link. Those are pretty much like my go-to characters that I'll go to. So, and plus I'm a big fan of Legend of Zelda. So.
Nico, what are your elaborate on Smash and what it means to you, like favorite games, characters.
So I have played both Melee and Smash. I mean Brawl. And yeah, memories. I remember my first semester of college. I was abroad, and by that I mean I was out in a city an hour away from where I live right now. And we would hold tournaments in both Smash Brothers and in Mario Kart every now and then at the dorms. And my personal favorite is Yoshi, but yeah, I know he's not the best player. But again, it's Yoshi, so obviously I'm gonna pick him because he's fun. He's fun. Like, he eats people and then farts them out as an egg, which is a hilarious move to have in your arsenal. And other characters I like. Pit. I really like annoying characters, I guess you could say. Like Yoshi, yeah, I like him because he eats people and then farts them out as eggs. Pit, I like that he has a crossbow that acts as a double-bladed sword, and you can just spam the ever-loving shit out of it and hit people with a twirl. Sort of like Darth Maul in his prime. And one, and this is a weird thing to like about the games themselves, but I like that they give you the ability to change the colors of costumes that we're so used to seeing certain characters wear. Mario getting to look a little bit like Luigi. That's very interesting to me. Peach getting to look like Daisy. And now that we're actually getting Daisy in the upcoming game, that's very interesting to me. Sonic, I know when he was introduced, you got to experiment with various shades of blue and various colors of his shoes. Like, it's weird that that's something I draw towards, but what can I say? And the fact that Donkey Kong, like, you can make him a snow monkey.
I know.
He has that white fur setting too. That's very interesting. So yeah,
I know myself. Whenever I pick, I usually go with the OG Game Boy version. But yeah, like you mentioned, like I think it was more introduced in Brawl. And I know with one of Chris' favorite characters, Wario, they have the WarioWare version, and then they had the OG Wario, but that's actually kind of a great segue to Chris. Smash Bros. I mean, like, obviously Wario's got to be your guy. But like, what were your favorite games?
If you guys have watched Family Game Night, I love Wario to death. I use him anytime I get the chance. But either way you look at it, Wario and Brawl, and in the Wii U and 3DS versions, which I love to death, he is a huge powerhouse along with many other characters. Smash 64 has not dated well. The original Smash Bros. For the N64 has not dated that well. A lot of aspects of it are really dated, and it really doesn't feel that cohesive to me as a game. Melee, I get really annoyed with people who keep playing Melee after like something like Wii U came out, which does Melee to the T's, plus gives you so much more content. It just the guy who makes these games, Masahiro Sakurai, puts his blood, sweat, and tears into this, and for people to keep going back to Melee to play competitively after he's giving you everything you want is kind of a dick move in terms of the competitive scene, if you guys get what I mean. But with the Ultimate version, there's no excuse to go back to Melee for competitive gaming anymore, because this is going to bring you every single thing that you want. Every character is coming back from even the Melee some characters in Melee got cut for Brawl. They're now back. It's going to be a huge, huge, huge success. I use Wario, I use King DDD, and that's it. When Ultimate comes out, I'll probably dip my toe into K Rule, but be sure, because as Brooklyn said, there's going to be discussions for Smash Bros on the channel. We have our new Twitch channel, which once Smash Bros gets released, we will be streaming Smash Bros, doing tournaments with people with Switches. It is going to be amazing in December, so it will rock. I cannot wait for it.
I gotta buy a Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Need to buy one too.
All right, so now we go into the debate portions, and there's actually a bit of a twist. I will not be hosting this one. I am actually going to be competing. I want to go after that belt, which is currently vacated. So I have asked Malcom to kind of take over for this section of the show. So Malcom, the floor is yours.
Fuck.
Right.
Debates.
So
I thought this was diabetes.
Yeah, fuck diabetes too, but yeah, fuck.
So what I did to decide the matchups is I got 4 cards out of my deck of cards, one of each different suits, and made 2 numbers out of them. So, Chris, do you want clubs, hearts, diamond, or spades?
I'm a penguin, so I'll go club, penguin, club.
Nico, do you want hearts, diamond, or spades?
Show me some love. I'll take the heart.
Brooklyn, do you want... Actually, it doesn't matter. The 2 numbers I wrote down was 42 and 69. 42 was made up of clubs versus hearts. So you've got Chris Clark versus Nico as one matchup.
Jesus Christ.
And you've got Brooklyn versus Brian. Chris, you're technically kind of the reigning champion from last week, even though it's vacated. Do you want to go first or second?
I'll go second.
Okay. Brooklyn, you're the host of Late Night. Do you want question 1, 2, or 3?
I will take question number 1, please.
Okay. Question number 1 in the debate is...
Maybe just explain the rules to the chat real quickly in case anyone doesn't know.
That would help. Basically, it's going to be like a speed round style. I'll give them a 20-second opening and a 15-second rebuttal, with the exception of the championship round, which is going to need a little bit longer. So I'll explain that when we get to it. But you picked question number 1, and it's the character you want most on your side in a bar fight. Super Smash Bros. Character, obviously.
Kirby.
This is just to them, right?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
I'll go Ryu.
Okay, Brooklyn got to choose a question, so I'm going to... Brian can start. Your 20 seconds starts when you start talking.
Ryu, in my opinion, is the best fighter that you ever want on your side. He can kick, he can punch, he will beat the living crap out of anybody that you ever want, okay? You cannot suck your way through anything and swallow a person whole. That's not going to cut it. You need someone who can beat the fuck out of somebody else and who can actually, leave them there to die. And that's what Ryu is going to do.
That was 20 seconds?
That was 3 seconds.
All right, cool. Wow, that's good.
Your Brooklyn, your 20 seconds starts when you start talking.
Kirby can literally swallow your enemies whole and push them out with his mouth out into the bar. It's his speed. Has a lot of hits and kicks. Has a great recovery, so you're never gonna lose him. Ryu has to do a lot of hits before he gets his big Shoryuken or his Ryuken. And Kirby's
time.
more, yeah.
Brian, your battle starts when you start talking.
You see, the difference between Ryu and Kirby, Ryu can actually beat the crap out of somebody. Why do you want somebody to swallow somebody whole and just spit them out like if it's nothing. They're probably gonna still be alive by the time that they wake up. Okay, Ryu can be. We'll leave them there dying and bleeding to
And
death.
time. Brooklyn, your battle starts when you start talking.
Ryu only works best in a 1v1 scenario. When Kirby opens that mouth hole of a vacuum, can take multiple people in at one time. And he doesn't have to spit them out to the other room. He can swallow them and turn them into space dust. Ryu has to work so much to get off of one person, where Kirby can take on multiple people at one time.
Well, we've got a debate. That's a lot of good points. I'm going to go to Chris first. Chris, who would you give your point to?
Oh wait, we vote. Okay, I didn't know that. Look, I was really actually focused on Brian until Brooklyn mentioned that Kirby can suck in both people. Like, that was a good counter to what Brian was saying. I feel like that's true because of Kirby's versatility. So I'm gonna give it to Brooklyn. But damn, Brian, you brought up some great fucking points.
Nico, who would you give your vote to and why?
So here's where I'm struggling. I feel like Brian's rebuttal was the same as the argument he brought up before. I also really kind of like what Brooklyn mentioned in that Ryu fits best in a one-on-one scenario, and that Kirby can suck in a bunch of people whole. What's bothering me is that Brooklyn didn't mention that when Kirby sucks someone up, he can also take the essence of
that's
like let's say Mario's in that bar and you swallow Mario. All of a sudden you got the hat on and you can do whatever Mario does. And the fact that Brooklyn didn't bring that up is kind of bothering me. So at the same time, Brian's argument wasn't that great. I'm going to give it to Brooklyn.
All right.
And that does what moves on to the championship round.
Good job, Brooklyn. Good job.
I would have also given my point to Brooklyn as well, just for the same reason as that Nico said. Like, Brian seemed to repeat his argument in his rebuttal, but you both did really good. So I mean, you don't have anything to be disappointed with. Now, Nico, do you want question number 2 or question number 3 for your debate versus Chris?
Whichever one doesn't require a pitch.
Well, none of them do. So.
Thank God, because that was kind of unfair.
Well, that's a championship round.
I'm going to field it to the chat. What do you want? 2 or 3? 2 or 3? 2 or 3?
Good call.
Checking the chat here. How does that work for Bibbs, though? How does that work for Bibbs?
Can you shut up? At least he's in the...
He's called out members in the chat. He's called members in the audience multiple times. How does it work for him? No, it is not.
Shut up, bro. 3. Sturgis says 3.
Yeah. Okay, so Fred is, and 3 is going to be which Super Smash Brothers character will you be able to trust to tell your secrets to?
Pikachu.
Dr. Mario.
Ooh.
So, Nico got to choose the question. Chris, you can go first. Time starts when you start talking.
Good old Doc. He's Doc for a reason. If you tell a doctor a secret, there is a privilege that a doctor has with its client, that he cannot say anything that happens in that doctor's room. It's the doctor-client privilege. He is forced by law not to share anything that you say to him. So in actual particulation, he is the most assertive
And
person
time.
Yeah. Dr. Client Privilege.
And Nico, your time starts when you start talking.
Pikachu can't talk. He can only say his first name. So if you share a secret with him, who's he going to spill it to?
You've still got 10 seconds.
Don't need him.
Okay, he doesn't need those other 10 seconds. Chris, your battle starts when you start talking.
One word, Meowth. Meowth knows the Pokemon language. Anybody can actually interpret the Pokemon language as a language if they know it. And only Pokemon do know it, but if you ask a Meowth that can speak English, they can learn that stuff. The Doctor Privilege, he is not allowed to tell you secrets, so Doc is in the clear.
And time.
Mm.
Nico, your battle starts when you start talking.
Meowth is a gossip, so who's going to believe him? And also, Dr. Mario is just a spin-off of Mario who claims to be a plumber but does everything except plumb pipes. So why should I believe that Dr. Mario will actually do what a doctor is supposed to do?
And time. Ooh, that was a good debate. I'm going to go to Brooklyn. Brooklyn, who would you give your point to and why?
I am giving my point. See, I was waiting for Nico to say something in his rebuttal because Chris brought up Meowth, which is a great point, but we have to believe that this is set in the Smash Bros. Universe, and
Meowth is somebody in a Pokeball, and it's the
Meowth is somebody in the universe.
I know
that changes things. I will now give my point to Chris because I remembered that Meowth is in the universe. Had Meowth not been in the universe, and Nico brought up that Meowth doesn't exist, while your plumber argument is fine, that could easily be counter rebutted because Dr. Mario and Mario are two separate characters. So I'm giving my point to Chris.
But he didn't counter-rebut it, and I said Meowth is gossip, so who's going to believe a gossip if all they do is spread rumors all day?
Anyway, Brian, who will you give your point to and why?
You see that's where the problem is. That's where the problem is, Nico. I mean, why would anybody, why would you want to trust somebody who can gossip about everything? That's why I don't trust Meowth at all.
But I picked Pikachu. That's what you guys are forgetting is I picked Pikachu. And is Pikachu really going to talk to a Meowth?
Well, I mean, that's subjective.
I mean, this is all stuff past the actual debate, so take everything that was.
But now, having said that, to trust your secrets to, I would say Dr. Mario because it is a doctor-patient confidentiality. So, and nothing can be spread about anywhere. So, it's gotta go to the Cobblepot commander over here.
This is bullshit.
I would have chosen Dr. Mario. Like it just.
I mean. You both debated well. I mean, there's both. You both brought up good points. You might have shot yourself in the foot by choosing not to take that last 10 seconds in that first part a little bit, because there probably could have been more you could have added. But my vote would have gone to Chris as well, unfortunately, because so it's going to come down to a take-free civil war between Chris and Brooklyn.
Oh shit!
You said this is a pitch, right? Fuck you.
Actually, I'm not going to make it the pitch one because there's one there that is going to be an interesting one because because I actually planned for if there was going to be 6 people. So.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh okay.
Yeah. And
you can save it.
Yeah. So I'm going to save the pitch one. So, the one you're going to get the number 2, which is the best Smash Brothers character.
Kirby.
I'm gonna go with Wario.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Yep.
And an even bigger shocker, Brooklyn loves his plot twists.
Ha!
Arguing it as if
It's a
they're
trick
the
question.
worst.
All right.
Wait a minute.
So-
What did you say?
It's a trick question.
Plot twist. It's I'm doing a plot twist on you, Chris. It's now if you're debating it as if they're the worst Smash Brothers character.
Okay, I can do that. That actually works because
So Chris, you're the former champion. So Brooklyn, I'm going to get you to debate first.
Okay.
Your 20 seconds starts when you begin talking.
Okay, just a second.
Oh, this is going to be great.
this is
Yep.
awful.
Kirby is only capable of their strength based on the opponent that they have. Kirby has been a middle tier character in the Smash Bros. Series from the beginning. If you look at recovery, you can go to Jigglypuff. If you can go to speed, you go to Sonic. If you go to attack, you go to essentially anybody else. A middle of the pack character that is not great. Wario has some great strength and some great
And time.
defense.
Chris, your time begins when you start talking.
The thing, sadly, about Wario is that his range has gotten nerfed since Brawl. He lost his shoulder move, which gave him a lot of hitbox area for him to actually get hits and shield armor. Now he has a lot of landing lag, a lot of D-tilts do not hit the way that they should, and his neutral area does not have the knockback that it used to. His bike, now you can't
And time.
break apart. Okay.
Brooklyn, 15-second rebuttal starts when you start talking.
If you want to talk about nerf, Kirby's side B in Smash 4 went from one of his greatest moves to one of his worst moves. His final smash in Smash 4 is fucking atrocious. It's just a click, and if you hit it, you miss. Whereas with the cooking in Smash Brawl, you were able to get at least one opponent knocked out. Wario, I believe, is one of the more developed characters.
And Chris, your 15-second rebuttal starts when you start talking.
The thing with Kirby is that he has a lot of priority over Wario. He has a lot more speed against Wario, so if you put them on a one-on-one matchup, Kirby will win. Kirby's grabs out-prioritize Wario. Even Wario's bite is out-prioritized by Kirby's roll move. Kirby overall
And
is a better
time.
character than Wario.
Wasn't a one-on-one scenario. Who was the worst character overall?
Well, that's the same thing.
Not
Yeah.
really.
Well, now this is an interesting debate. So, Brian, who do you give your point to and why?
Shit. See, Chris made an interesting point in for his opening argument. You know, that Wario lost his elbow power there, and if he, and just like the last part of what he was talking about, if that was included within like his opening argument, then it would have been awesome. Having said that, oh shit, this one's actually a tough one. As much as I hate to do this, I'm sorry, Chris.
It's okay.
I'm sorry, Chris, but I gotta give it to Brooklyn. Kirby is the worst ever. I hate using Kirby. I really do. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Chris.
I mean, I don't. It's hard to really.
Well, I mean, there's still two people to give votes, so he could still win.
Yeah,
so,
that's
Nico,
true.
who do you give your point to and why?
Okay, so I feel like Brooklyn got so hung up on defense in his rebuttal whereas Chris was able to go full on attack with his rebuttal, and for his first half of the argument too, he was just like saying this is why Wario sucks, and then the second half was this is why Kirby is better than Wario. And I feel like Brooklyn, he got too hung up in this is why Kirby sucks, but he didn't really say a lot of why Wario is better. At least not from what I heard. So I'm gonna give it to Chris.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it's down to me to decide. So I'm kind of gonna because you both brought up some good points, and like I'm probably gonna have to go Chris on this because sorry Brooklyn, but you didn't quite defend on why Wario is better than Kirby too much. So once again, Chris has become the champion.
And once again,
as the host of Late Night with Take 3, I would like to issue a double or nothing. Whereas if you give us the pitch question, if I'm able to win over the panel, we go to a third and final question.
That's good.
Chris, do you accept?
I accept.
All right,
That was good. That was good. Let me just say this really quickly. Having to argue why Wario is worse than Kirby was really fucking difficult. Kirby is a acquired taste.
Yeah,
Kirby's definitely an acquired taste.
I'm sorry, Chris, but I knew you'd go to pick Wario, so it's part of the reason why I thought, well, let's follow plot twist it. But so they want to do a double or nothing here. So the pitch question, and for the pitch, I'm going to give them a little bit more. I might give them a little bit more than what I actually wrote down here. I might give them 40 seconds for the opening and 30 for the rebuttal. Was that fair? Or was
that's fair. And then
you have to have time to pitch it.
Yeah, we'll say Chris can go first because he won the the first question.
It's the way I was going to go.
Okay.
Now I want you to pitch, if you were a character in the Smash Brothers universe, pitch what your finishing move it will be. And Chris, your time starts when you start talking.
Well, this would have been good for me. I actually know how to beat people up.
Are you sure about that?
I got a black belt, dude.
Nice.
I would immediately erupt out of my computer chair and force everybody into my editing program. And then after I put everybody in my timeline, I will slice everybody up and export them at 1080p. And then everybody's going to blue screen, crash, boom. They are off the screen, and I am here with a dead computer, but laughing manically because I am king. And look, I will have a bunch of alternate costumes too, like my general uniform, my penguin uniform. Everything will be completely blazed in glory with my computer. It will be called the computer sodomy of death. And it will be the best. Why did I say sodomy? But you know what? We'll just go with
time.
What?
Wait, give me 5 seconds before Brooklyn starts his argument.
Yeah. Right. So, yeah, but Brooklyn's your time starts when you start talking.
He's concentrating.
While my opponent's character refers to some late night moves, I will be a chef character, the profession that I am, and my move will be called the panini press. And what else goes to paninis but sandwiches? So my first move would start as I would stun my opponents with mustard, and they would go into the bottom half of a sandwich with smoked meat and pickles. I would be coming on top with the top half of the bun and the panini press, and they would literally squish as they would shoot out to the other side of the field. My finisher would stay in the game. I don't need these external sources like in editing, like a computer, like Chris being in the chair. I can literally just stay in the game, bring in the panini press, and squish my opponents out of the arena.
Chris, your 30-second rebuttal starts when you start talking.
My entire Final Smash is a cutscene. He said they had to stun his opponent, which means that he would have ending lag, which causes that Final Smash to have some sort of a lag and could be dodgeable. Mine is just one press of a button, and it is a cutscene through and through. I'm done.
You're done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Brooklyn, your rebuttal starts when you start talking.
There have been multiple characters that use stuns for their final smashes, Luigi and Peach to name a few. Much like multiple characters previously, I would stun my opponents. I would stay in the arena. I would not have to use external sources to create my final smash. It would literally be adding in a panini press, having them in the panini press, and when I go and do a butt drop on the panini press, they would squish out of the arena. My move is simple. It is very low graphic wise. You do not have to add anything else.
Well, we've got two really different finishing moves here. Nico is laughing away at both of them. Nico, who are you going to give your point to and why?
Okay, so both of their opening rounds were beautiful. So it was going to come down to the counters. And for me, Brooklyn kept mentioning that his finisher would stay within the game. But what he didn't say was why it was a bad thing to have to leave the game for the finisher to take place. Also, Chris mentioned that Brooklyn's finisher was dodgeable, whereas his was a cutscene. So therefore, there's no way you could avoid it. Like, let's say I'm on the board and he gets that finisher ball, and all of a sudden, boom, I'm in cyberspace getting sodomized by however his move goes. So for me, I feel like Chris Clark took this one.
Brian, who are you going to give your point to and why?
What the fuck are you doing?
What? You're gonna... I came in like a cutscene. I'm slicing up your whole dream. No, dude. I'd rather get squished to death by a panini press than just be cut out from the system than by him. So at least the panini press makes sense because you can actually make delicious human sandwiches. So
Brian, remember you're basing it on the arguments and not the actual.
I know. So I'm giving it to Brooklyn because it was a little bit more creative, and the way that he actually said it. So, I give it to Brooklyn.
Comes down to me. I mean, both their opening rounds were solid, and they were just so creative and good. So for me, it was going to come down to the rebuttals, and Chris did a good rebuttal by going that his is only the cutscene that you can't dodge and all that. But I think that Brooklyn had probably more in his rebuttal that, because I mean, it's one of those things like that. It's always an advantage when you don't utilize all the time, and I think Brooklyn got a lot more into his rebuttal than that saved him. So I'm going to give my point to Brooklyn. So Brooklyn has become the champion.
No, this is a tiebreaker. I thought, wasn't it?
It's a tiebreaker. Yeah.
Yeah. So we now need another question.
Wait, we need another question now?
Wait, do you have one, Malcolm?
Well, I had 4 questions written down.
Okay, so let me try to come up with something off the top of my head.
Yeah, they're not like super mind-boggling questions.
Wait.
I've did you have one? Because I've actually just thought of one.
I want to hear what you have.
I've had the idea of if you could insert a movie character into Smash Brothers Ultimate, which movie character would it be?
Oh.
That's kind of better than what I had. I was going to say, would you rather be eaten by Kirby or
Shrek?
Kirby?
Shrek.
Save that one for next week. Would you rather be eaten by Kirby or cooked by Kirby?
Which one are we doing?
We're doing the movie character one because
Okay.
Brooklyn's already gave an answer.
And Brooklyn picked Shrek, so yeah.
Oh, we picked Shrek. Okay. Movie character. Mr. Potato Head from Toy Story.
Oh, I like this already.
I actually, can I just say something? I actually like Star Drew's choice in the chat. He says John Wick or the Punisher.
John Wick would be cool if it's the Punisher from the Netflix series. Yeah.
Oh
yeah. But it's Shrek versus Mr. Potato Head. So I'm going to Brooklyn won last, so I'm going to get Chris to start and be back to the original 20 seconds 15.
Mm-hmm.
So your 20 seconds start when you begin talking.
When you look at a character for Smash Bros, they have to be cartoony, they have to have a lot of personality, and they have to have a lot of emotions from their face. And everything about that is down wrinkles, Mr. Potato Head. There's a lot of moveset potential with Mr. Potato Head with all of his separate pieces. A lot of things that you can incorporate from Toy Story to his Final Smash to appease the kid audience and the demographic. It would be beautiful, it would be perfect, and it would actually be really good for promotional reasons as well
And
because
time.
of Play School.
Brooklyn, your 20 seconds begins when you start talking.
What do gamers want in their games? Memes. Shrek is the most desirable character in Smash Bros. Other than Banjo-Kazooie. With Mr. Potato Head, you would have licensing hell trying to get that through Disney, whereas Shrek would be easy getting them through DreamWorks. You would have a moveset from the movies. You could use moves that he's used in the actual movies, like the elbow drop, like the punches that he uses in the fights from.
Yeah.
And Chris, your 15 seconds rebuttal starts when you start talking.
Licensing is a non-factor because it's going to be a bitch any way you cut it with either DreamWorks or Play School, even Disney for that matter. So look at the situation is that there's a lot of moveset potential for both of the characters. It's what character isn't a meme and can take the game seriously. Shrek will not be taken seriously because he is a meme, as you admitted.
Okay. Brooklyn, your 15 seconds begins when you start talking.
You said it yourself, Chris. Shrek would have a great move set. Mr. Potato Head would rely too much on a range as just throwing objects in general. My Final Smash, you would be able to go to the squared circle that was in Duloc and be able to just rough your opponents, throwing them, doing the Irish whip from there.
Ooh.
How hard is this, guys?
Yeah, this is close. I'll lead this one off. I'm going to give my point to Brooklyn, because just for in his rebuttal, he kind of got that you could take it to other. There's a lot of places in the Shrek universe you could take. You could use it as a scene, as opposed to Toy Story, which is probably a little more constricted. So my point goes to Brooklyn. Nico, who would you give your point to and why?
Okay, so I took some notes, and from what I heard a lot of business stuff from Clark. And he mentioned that you can have fun with the moveset for Mr. Potato Head, but he never said what that moveset would be. Brooklyn, on the other hand, he mentioned a lot of the things you could do with Shrek. He mentioned that the moveset could come straight out of the movies, and he even went into detail about the Final Smash. So, based on that alone, giving me a broader picture of what Shrek would look like, whereas with Clark, all I heard was a bunch of board meetings about how Mr. Potato Head would actually get into the game at all. I am going to give it to... Just give me 1 second here. Brooklyn Vale.
And your winner, and Brooklyn Vale. Brian, your vote wouldn't have mattered, but who would you have given it to anyway?
I would wait. I don't know. I don't know which way I'm pointing, but if it's this way, then it is Brooklyn. Brooklyn, right there. I would have given it to Brooklyn. So at least, and the points that I want to make here for a second, just in case, was he actually named a lot of like the move sets that you would actually be able to see in the game, and I think that was what was a little bit lacking on what kind of like depth would you see from Mr. Potato Head, which I definitely agree with Nico's point there. You would get to see a lot of stuff from Shrek, from like the Shrek universe in there. So and it was just, I think that was what was missing there, Clark. So
and also another thing, one point that you didn't bring up that I wish you would have. Mr. Potato Head can put himself back together after suffering damage. You could have had an invulnerable character right there, and you didn't capitalize on that.
Yeah, that's another point that could have been brought up.
Or have Mr. Tortilla Head been like an alternate costume? Yeah, there's a lot of shit.
Oh, that would have been great.
Yeah,
yeah, man.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad that I don't have the belt.
Sure, you are.
By the way, when I drew this, it originally said vacant, and then I had to change it to Brooklyn Vale.
That's good, dude. No, it was still good. That was good fights.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll throw the show back to the champion, Brooklyn, now.
There is a reason that I have not lost in any debate matches yet. I have even beaten Nico in his own strength of wrestling debate. It is
Fuck
good
you, Hunter Chambliss.
It is good to see that the belt is where it belongs. It is home in Canada where it belongs, and you will be taking it off of my cold, dead hands to anybody who comes after it.
Well, had we not gone to sudden death like this, I would have it right now. So you're
a formidable. I did call the double or nothing.
Yeah,
you accepted it.
It's fair. It's fair, but you're not impenetrable. I got you. I got your number for next time I'm on.
Unlike the cyber sodomy of death.
I won with it though.
You made a penetrable joke. I tried to capitalize with that. Never mind.
Because of penetration, I guess.
Yeah.
We here at Take 3 Productions do not endorse the I don't know, whatever it is, whatever the kids call it these days. But yeah,
consent is good, people.
That's consent is great. Consent is good. Okay, all right. So yeah, I am the new Late Night with Take 3 Mini Undisputed champion of the Worldwide Movie Games Network Association. The main reason why I called the Double or Nothing is because I'm actually waiting for a video to render so that I can upload it to Worldwide Movie Games Network. The music video that I have created is dropping later this night. It is. So right after this, I'm hoping it's going to be by I'm hoping it's going to be up by 1 a.m. Eastern. But the music video to end all music videos drops. Renegade Angels, be afraid. Be very afraid. But this is going to wrap it up, guys. I want to thank all the panelists for coming on. To our newcomer, Brian Fernandez, where can the cool kids of the world find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter, damn you, Brian. Instagram, Brian Fernandez 611. You guys can find me here on. You guys can find me doing anything over here, and and if I ever get a match with the Cobblepot with Cobblepot over here, be prepared to get your ass kicked in a regular jukebox trivia match. So, yeah.
All right. To the fellow over at Multiplex, Nico Suave Rigoli, where can everybody find you at your various plugs?
You can find me back here next week, losing in another debate from Chris Clark, probably. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Nico Suave Rigoli. That's NicoSuaveRegoli. And you can find me at Multiplex Entertainment. That's the name of the Facebook group, the YouTube channel. The Twitter is at MultiplexYT. The Instagram is at Multiplex Entertainment Network. The TeePublic, where I work on a couple designs, is just Multiplex. You can find me hosting Around the League with Nico Sundays every Sunday. And I'll be helping out with Sports Battlefield as well. And stay tuned for all the other matches we have coming up for the rest of the month. Tomorrow we have a doubleheader of Fandom Fight teams. And their names are long. It's been a long night, so I'll just end the thing here.
All right. To fellow Take 3 member Malcom Goldie Lane. Malcolm, where can the cool kids of the world find you?
Well, it looks like I'll be coming up with debate questions until someone takes the belt off Brooklyn. But you can also find me on Take 3 hosting Rankum.
Yeah.
This week we're doing top 12 categories that should be in the Oscars. And also you can find me on Twitter, Letterboxd, and Stardust at Malcom.
All right. And to the unfortunate loser of the Late Night with Take 3 Mini Round Speed Champion of the World Wide Movie Games Network Association belt, the Cowblock Commander, Chris Clark, working the cool kids of the world find you.
Let me just say something. I've been on 2 of these debate sessions, and I've only lost 2 questions. Yeah, so I've only gotten 2 questions that I've lost to. So your pride is going to be short-lived once I come back, Brooklyn, and immediately vacate my belt because of my availability each week. But, because if I won tonight, I would have vacated it immediately again, because every Saturday you can catch me on the Schmodown Rundown, the official after show for the Movie Trivia Schmodown on Collider Podcast Network. Usually record it Friday night, so I'm usually not able to do this, but we're doing this on a Thursday night. It's a super special edition. Thank you again for having me, Brooklyn. This is always fun. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram at ChrisClark8788. Those numbers be nothing, and make sure to check out, because there's a lot of announcements for the Take 3 Twitch, so make sure to subscribe to our Twitch channel at Take 3 Video and on Twitter and Instagram.
All right, and I am the Black Lantern Brooklyn Vale. You can find me right here on usually every Friday, but sometimes we do a Thursday, just depending on life and its ever changing events. You can also find me hosting Jukebox Trivia, which is now found a new home at Take 3 Productions, live every Monday night, where we will be doing trivia playlists, and I guess announced yesterday, Dance Off is now a league. Be sure to go check out the last match that we had, Chris Clark losing once again to Matthew Rosa, and it was close. It was a barn burner. It came down to the tiebreaker. Unfortunately, Chris could not pull American Pie. But yeah, you can find me on Twitter at TheRealBK10. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe on Take 3 Productions. Go follow them on Twitter, Facebook. Go check out the Worldwide Movie Games Network, where you will find Worldwide Movie Trivia, Full Metal Trivia, Movie Battleground. Go check out Multiplex Entertainment and the cornucopia of shows that they provide. Just join the community in general. Like I say in almost every video, if you're looking for a close-knit community, join here. I have made some great friends in this community, guys that I talk to almost every day, and there's been more good than there has been bad by a mile. So cheers, guys, and as always, drive safely.